Hi, how to choose a stock and what kind of things we analyze before we investing or selling a stock. Actually, if we have already invested, it may be a 52 weeks high or low, or the market cap, or any of the analysts downgrading, or any of the analysts is upgrading the stock, putting a high target price, or maybe some of the insider, maybe a CEO or a board member selling the stock or buying the stocks from inside. Is there any big institutional investor taking a big positions or they are taking the exit? These are the key important things we need to consider while analyzing a stock. Hi, I am from OofyTrader. Let's focus on this short video, how to analyze a stock considering all those parameters in details and what kind of tools I'm using to scrutinize and how efficiently this trading platform is going to help to analyze during our trading activities. I am a long investor but not a day trader. However, I'm going to explain from my experience from past to 6-7 years how did I do all of this actually. And I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just going to explain from all of my experience. And this is how I'm going to flip in between my trading platform versus the tool Benzinga Pro I'm using. So I'm going to talk about when I'm going to use Benzinga Pro versus the trading platform I use to understand all of these caveats. Let's focus throughout this video so that we can gain from each other. In this video, I'm going to explain what kind of rules I define myself. This helps me a lot. Hope I was thinking of sharing with all of you. So do not quote anything on this video. I'm not a licensed financial advisor or anything I'm gonna sell out here. This is just information. This is just experience I got, which I thought of sharing with you so that some of you don't need to invent the wheel from the beginning. You don't need to spend another 6 years like I spent and I learned. So at least some sort of way it's gonna help you in better positions. So let's focus on that. So in the initial stage, when we pick a stock here, never think, do your any kind of analyze, never pick any of the stock which will go bankruptcy. Any kind of research you do, a lot of time you are going to focus on this area actually, whatever investigation, all these things. I'm going to explain how I do myself actually, and then along with that I also follow a couple of my thumb rules. Let's go one by one. The next one is go in a batch way actually, employ a staggered approach. So let's think like one of the let's take one stock example so that I will take that name and you guys follow accordingly. Let's example Lucid. I believe in that stock. I'm not asking you guys to believe, so do your own due diligence. So when I decided in this phase, when I decided I'm gonna invest on Lucid, then if I decide 20,000 in my budget, which I can take the risk for this stock, and I take 2 to 5 years, I can wait for this stock, or more than that or less than that. It depends on my profile, portfolio, etc. Right? So define your own way. I take 1/5 of the 20,000, so that means 4,000 I invest and then wait for it to go down 50 or 50 to 90%, whatever. And when I buy, when I think of second phase of buying, I do my analysis again and then take the second positions. Like that, the fifth positions I take and total I invest 20,000. So this kind of process helps me to, it takes some times. That will help me to go through these phases, understand, analyze, go through many things, which I'm going to explain actually. So that it helps me to, capture a lot of stock and then with a low price. And where I feel like there is a lot of potential for it will go off. It's like a farmer harvesting. In the initial phase, I start thinking of harvesting like this. And then never follow the sentiment actually. So if a stock falls suddenly 10% and it doesn't qualify for any of these things, or if a stock's spiked up 30% and it doesn't qualify for you, and you think like, okay, this stock will go off, never sell it. So avoid sentiment completely. And then try to pick one stock every week, and then do a lot of research on that. um, and then never think of buying that stock immediately. Have that stock, take the first position. Otherwise, if you feel like okay, it's completely in the bottom, then take a first position, and then wait for another 2 to 5 consecutive red days, and then do analysis, and then understand if that stock again in the bottom and it's not going to go down, then think of buying again for your second batch if this qualify your rules. Actually, I strictly follow my rules. And always be prepared to buy more and more the stock goes again down and down, because always stock goes down. Actually, it because of a lot of things. Actually, when you analyze, you can understand. So be prepared to buy more and more. So always have 50% of your total portfolio as a cash, and then invest 50% so that you are always prepared for the rainy day. Actually, and then before buying or selling any stock, always look for news, analyst rating, if anyone changed the market status of that particular company, anything happening from the company insider point of view, someone CEO or board level or any director level people are selling, buying as a huge, as a bulk. These are kind of very very critical informations which is act like a catalyst actually. And then try to understand what is the institutional activities going on that stock. I'm going to explain shortly what kind of tools where I do. So after doing all of your due diligence, if you still feel like this stock is not doing good and you lose your confidence, it's not going to get the fire stick again, it won't go off. What is the big deal? You invested just 20,000 out of your total portfolio, right? So it's not the 50% of your total portfolio. You decided okay 2 or 3 or 5% of your total portfolio, and that's fine, right? So in this way, after doing a lot of analysis, the percentage of your success is going to increase, because if you pick 10 stock, 8 stock is going to win actually. Out of 10, if you're going to lose 2 stock and you're going to win 8 stock, that's good. 80% is you're taking profit. That's a good number, which you can compensate with that. While harvesting, while preparing for your stock, taxations by the year end, you can do that due diligence and just compensate that. So this will help you slowly increase your portfolio. That's what happening to me actually. And then the next phase, these are the tools I use actually. Benzica Pro I'm using heavily. These are the purposes I use Benzica Pro very heavily. Any kind of analyst to change their ratings, this tool you will get it immediately actually. And news, you can see the news before anybody see actually. And then sometime signals, option signals are helpful. Sometime, let's say any of the stock, if people are quoting, if people are buying for the higher strike price option ahead of the time, then that's the indication the stock might go off. Otherwise, why people are betting? They're not kind of planning to lose their money, right? And then there's a Squawk is available from Benzica Pro. That's very good. It's kind of broadcasting the message immediately. So I switch on that actually. Whenever I focus on my stock work, I switch on so that immediately I hear that news immediately. And then there's a scanner is there, you can scan, which will help you to scrutinize what kind of stock you want to invest and all. Insider is the one which helps a lot actually. You can see any CEO level, any director, management level, or hedge fund and all, they're buying anything as a bulk. That's going to help us. And calendar is the very good one. IPO approval, news, any kind of things which I'm going to explain a little bit, which will help you to understand that one. And the brokerage platform, I use 2 things. One is the interactive broker, which is very good. I have a 7 screen setups which I enjoy. So few of the important things I look is news, market sentiments and updates, and then the profile scanner. And then Thinkorswim platform I use heavily. that's helped a lot to understand. So let's get into that. And then this is how I'm planning to go for a deep dive things. So let's focus on that. And as I talked previously, always we prefer to have 50% as cash in your hand. Otherwise, it's going to be troublesome actually. Sometime you will be having a strong belief, but sometimes stock will go south north. It's very painful. So as long as it's not going bankruptcy, you're fine. If it's going down today, that's fine. After 2-3 years, this is going to pick it off, and then you need to have a good strong positions at the bottom, so that will help. So no matter what, whenever, no matter which month you are, which year you are, always you need to have a 50% cash. So plan accordingly, and never put 50 or 100% of your total portfolio into a one company. So diversify actually. If you are choosing 20 company and you are investing 100,000, then decide you're going to put 5,000 per company, and that 4,000 again you have to divide into the batches. So these are the thumb rule you guys need to follow actually. And try to learn whatever you like from other. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I pick whatever I like actually. So that's how it helps me actually. Be consistent until you beat it actually. So I never gave up actually. I started before pandemic, and then I saw the roller coaster during the pandemic time. I was down by more than 50 to 60% of my portfolio, but luckily I was not in the option, and then I was holding very strong profile stock, doing this all analysis. So I was going through my batches, batch 2, batch 3, batch 4, like that helps me a lot actually to consistently increase my portfolio. And I do compare myself actually. I never compare myself with others. I compare my portfolio quarter over quarter and year over year. Put it in an Excel sheet and do that comparison yourself. How is your portfolio doing? So that way it will help you. It will help you to pinch yourself. Start thinking more about it, whether you are doing good or you need an improvement somewhere in your process. Okay, so let's get into all those critical details. This is all a lot about the theory, which I stick around. Again, I'm commenting you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing from my experience. So make sure that you're not quoting me on anything. So it's just I'm sharing my experience, and you guys also share all of your experience with me. That way it's kind of learn together and growing together. Anyway, let's go back to the tools and analysis what I do. Okay, so here is the tool from the Benzinga. I have everything access to the Benzinga Pro. I'm paying that subscription. So I'm not going to talk anything about, I'm not selling this one. So this is the tool I'm using heavily actually. So there is a, detail space. I just gave it as a profile checker. So that you can get it from this tab. So it basically gives me a lot actually here. If we look at that, it gives me 52 weeks and then market cap. And then how is the 50-day moving. So whatever I need to analyze a stock, and then float, how is the float is doing, what is the average volume and all, I find from here. And then who is the peer and all, I compare, and then I have a couple of thumb rules. I never pick a stock which is less than $1 billion market cap for sure. And then what is their short-term depth and long-term depth. Along with that, the earning things I also look into here. And then look at here the shareholders, and then the ownership. Annual institutional ownership is 99%. What is this stock? Okay, let me pick as I was talking lucid. Okay, let's focus on that. So you see, institutional ownership is 74.92% and insiders are this percentage, and then these are the shares outstanding. These are kind of technical analysis. You can focus on doing that. And after that, the other things I look, when I go to the calendar, there's a lot of things. If you're into kind of pharma thingy, then you can focus FDA approvals or kind of IPO stock or SEC filing or secondary offering or split, whatever, any things you wanted to know, and then you can search here. There is option called searching here, which I do that. They didn't do the reverse splitting, and then unusual option activities also I look here. Is there anything interesting, either short call, put call, or spread or whatever? So this also I look for. SEC filing. So this is very important tab from the calendar. So if any of you have binging access, then it's very helpful. That is the other one. And then to be honest, I never use chat too much because I'm a long-term investor. I'm not a day trader, which I'm buying now and selling immediately. I don't do that. But sometimes, yes, before I sell anything, I look for a certain pattern, whether I understand it's going up or down a little bit, and then I put my limit order. That helps. The very critical things I look is the ratings actually. So this is the tabs. It helps me if there is rating changes very quickly. You see, for I'll say Lucid, you see that the 25th someone put a rating. So he put the price target $3 and this guy is from Morgan Stanley. And then the guy who put that ratings, he's having a smart score of 62.87 and he has 52.79 as a success rate, and total ratings he gives. I look into this kind of information. This gives me a lot of information. How strong is that analyst? He is from which firm? So that way it just give me a little confident whether I should continue holding that or not actually, right? And then I also maintain my watch list like this. Market cap is the one I look always. Volume and 52 low, high. These are the important things I give. Beyond that, I also look insiders actually. So this tab is very, very informative. So if we focus a little more time on that, see, if any of the board members sells or hold the stock, it sells, if someone sells like this, look here on the right hand panel, so title, these are the CEO people. So these are the executive level people. So if they are selling, I scared myself actually. But sometimes make sure that if they are in the they have some open windows where they can sell and buy. So give a little focus there sometime, because normally executive people, they hold a lot of positions and they do for stock harvesting. So if they are kind of a regular guy, they sells every quarter when they're buying trading window open for them, I ignore that. Because I have seen in my previous company, our CEO used to sell as soon as trading window open for us. I was thinking why he's selling, but that makes sense because he doesn't want to put all of his money in one, because if he's getting in the million number of stock, it makes sense he's going to diversify into some other stock. So along with the CEO, who else is selling? Is there any more person? So like that. So there are multiple things we need to look. Multiple insider buys, multiple there will be multiple insider sale also, insider sales also. So officer purchase today, insider sell today. These are these kind of filters. It helps a lot to me actually. Who insider purchasing, and then From here, I analyze whether that stock is going up or go down along with that analyst rating monitor. It's not kind of, detour to detour. If someone's saying it will go $3 down, it won't be, but it's kind of a tendency. It's moving towards that. So that is one thing I use a lot from the Benzinga. On top of it, also, I use option activity. There is another tab. So in this tab, what happens if we select the all or some specific time, then I'm filtering Lucid and I can see all those option activities here. This is one thing, and then the similar kind of option you guys can filter also. Let's say if I go to interactive broker, I'm in the Lucid, and then from here some of the window you guys can see open interest. So some of the places you guys can see the open interest is too much actually. So there I get a confident if more number of people are interested for that particular part, then there is something cooking on actually. And then as part of the interactive broker, I also look here. So this kind of profile scanner, it helps me to understand market cap, low, high, which I can see in some other tools also. After that, I here see the analyst rating. So this analyst rating and Benzing analyst rating, two things I compare. And then analysis forecast also I take a look. More than that, the ownership is the other one I look here. So here we can find out institutional ownership. So this institutional ownership, it just gives a clear understanding who is the guy who is selling, buying, and what is the ratio and all they are buying, selling. And then from the trading log, I see is it purchased or it was sold out, what is the amount, who did that, who is the party actually, and then after that I look into the insider also, who sold that actually. So insider selling will give a lot of information, so that this is the other place I look for. And then beyond that also I look for the news. In interactive broker, I set up my news screen like this. So this is specific to the profile, whatever I have invested. I see the news update quickly here. And then marketplace signals, these are things helping a lot. Beyond that, I also use these three tools. Whale wisdom, where if you are thinking of this is a tool which updates quarterly, I believe, because let's say if I wanted to see who Wandel invested, what's going on with the Lucid, I find from here. If I need to scan through very thoroughly, the latest it's having update is the Q4 2023, but this quarter is it's not pulling that information. And then who Wandel, the top 10 list from the last quarter, closed position, reduced positions, who is having the expensive calls. So this will give a lot of information. And then these are the investors who is having how many stocks with respect to the last quarter. So if you guys go through that thoroughly, this gives a clear understanding. Beyond that, the current mutual fund holders, that also provides who is having long position and short positions, how much market value they are holding, and then how much shares they are having. They increase their positions or they are reducing. Insider is also having this, but this is from the last quarter, right? And the transaction logs also here, it gives a very less number of logs, but if you guys look frequently, and this is having a lot of information. Beyond that, I also look in Finbiz. Let's say Lucid, I was looking through, see some guy suggesting 3 reasons why Lucid stock earns a F despite Saudi Arabia's 1 billion stake. This is it's not that nobody going to tell exactly pinpoint what's going to happen, but these are the behavior actually. These are the pattern you see. And see, these are the ratings. People are someone downgrading. What is the earlier values? So 3 places I look. These places down ratings, Benzinga ratings, and then interactive broker ratings. They are very clear. So good part of the interactive broker is let me go there. Yeah, so here let's say if you guys are not using interactive broker, but you can have this account open and then just want to position. Nobody is going to ask, nobody is going to track, but you can search and you can scrutinize, you can investigate the stock, which is a good place. They are having a lot of information. You don't need to buy their data unless you do the trading, all of your trading in this platform. So this is giving a lot of information, right? So let's go back. Finbiz, along with that Finbiz, then I also look one more, which is hedge follow. So here similarly, if you guys search for Lucid, it just tells who is having how many positions, how much worth value they are holding, who are the big guys. I follow, you see BlackRock is having a big position here, and then these are the hedge fund investor, right? And then who is the largest, who is having the largest position? See, Vanguard, BlackRock, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, they are still having a positions, but see, Morgan Stanley changed the percentage, and then this guy also changed the percentage. So that means they are not feeling confident actually in this stock, or maybe they are reducing, they're averaging somewhere. So like we are thinking of analyzing, they are also doing their due diligence where they earn more money, right? And then who's doing the biggest trade here? So, and then who is holding the biggest option? So these are the put options they are having. So these 3 things giving a lot of information. And I do set up my positions like this. I never trade in this platform. I use Thinkorswim platform. Sometimes I put one here just to track and understand what's going on. And this is how I set up my entire trading station. So it's having kind of 6 screen, and then my laptop is total 7. So let's say if I change here, if I click on another stock ops here, it's going to change everywhere actually. So let me pick Chewy here. It's going to change everywhere. So that's how I did the setup, so that I have a tracking information, what's happening everywhere. So one thing I look for rating, other things on this page, and then here I look for the news. Here I look for my portfolio, and then basic details about the company like market cap, all sort of things. And then here the option I focus on this tab, and then these are kind of yearly charts as well as the daily charts, along with my here I focus on my trade activities like kind of orders, summary, details, and all. And then here I focus on it's kind of a market tendency, what happening, news and all. Along with that, this is my watch list which I focus. So let's say Chiwi, I want to understand what's going on with the Chiwi. From here I focus one thing, and then other thing I flick quickly into the Benzinga. Similarly, let me show you guys how I am doing the Benzinga also. Across 6 of my screen, and then if I click any one of the stocks here, it's kind of everybody's gonna flip on its own because everybody tagged with that link all together. I can literally kind of flip quickly in between Benzinga versus my trading platform, which will I should have everything's in one place so that I can stay focused on. So let's say if I wanted to check one of the stock in Benzinga, I just click my watch list, and then I just click one of the watch list, and then it's going to change. And same thing, I can immediately check here, click on any one of the watch list, it's going to change everywhere. Yeah, that's pretty much. Mostly I'll be making separate videos how did I set it off Benzinga across the 7 screen, and similarly how did I set up my interactive worker across the 7 screen. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Don't forget to give a thumbs up as well as subscribe if you guys feel like it's kind of worth for all of you. Again, I wanted to reiterate, I am not a licensed financial advisor. I just wanted to share my experience with all of you so that you guys don't need to reinvent the wheel again from the beginning.